So we're a 100-year-old company founded in 1911 in Cambridge, Maryland. We are the world's largest metal belts manufacturer. So when you think about Cambridge International and what we manufacture, there's really not a room in the world that you could go into that something did not touch one of our conveyor belts. You go into Burger King, the flame rolled burger, that's actually cooked on our belt. The flame doesn't cook the burger, our belt actually does after it's heated. The bottom of a Ritz cracker, that pattern that you see there, that's our belt. The bottom of a Pop-Tart, that's our belt. The carpet that we're walking on is actually plastic. We have the technology that bulks the plastic that makes it look like fiber, that then we actually sell to companies, or they sell to companies and they actually make the fiber for it. Automotive products, any type of medical products, chemicals. We have all of the major contracts for wine filtration and beer filtration. All of the major ones. All of the major contracts for Frito-Lay, all the different producers, any type of breads that you make, baking goods, ice cream, anything that you can think of, bleach, we have all those national contracts. Currently, right now, we have about 50% of the domestic market when it comes to conveyor belts, and right now about 20% in the international markets. And currently, we employ 400 people. 200 and about 50 of those people are located on the eastern shore of Maryland. So I'm also originally born and raised in Cambridge, Maryland. I left shortly after high school, attended college in Europe, and then graduated from Kentucky and lived in Chicago, where I'm located here. So all that's going to kind of play a role. So here's a product that we did at Children's Cincinnati Hospital. Now keep in mind, we design, engineer, and install all these projects. So this is a really interesting market. When we get an opportunity like this, an architect comes to us with the design. He has nothing. He just has a vision and an idea of what he wants. No clue what it's going to be, but he wants it to look a certain way. So we had to design all this stuff and manufacture it to make sure it's meeting specs. So this here is one of the parking garages that we've done. And what it does here, it adds, it beautifies the neighborhood because it's all pretty much cinder block. It's functional because it lets air go back in through the parking garage, and then we can also always give you a static look that the architect wants. Here's another project that we did in Las Vegas for Planet Hollywood Theater. And this is the World of Coke that we just did a couple of years ago. So again, we designed, engineered, and installed this, and we also sandblasted the Coca-Cola emblem in the back there. And that's down in Atlanta, Georgia. This is one of our most popular projects. This is actually the City Center in Las Vegas. Again, this architect came with us, really didn't have an idea of what he wanted, so we created what we call Sinatra. And we actually have people flying in all over the world to see this project. And again, that's just a parking garage, this is downtown, but we wanted to really give it a nice, authentic look. So, being a part of that project when I came onto the company in 2002, I immediately thought that, okay, we are not just a conveyor belt company. You know, our core competencies and our manufacturing capabilities, in my mind, makes us a metal fabrications kind of manipulator. We can do anything with metal. So in 2007, I was contacted by a company in Italy that was doing a waste-to-energy system with trash. So I actually started selling them belts, and when I really looked at the system, I was like, okay, I can build the conveyor, I can build the box, I can probably handle the hot air that's coming through there, I can probably design some type of particular control device for this. So in 2007, I asked the company, okay, I really want to start researching this market. What can you do to help me? Can you fund this? Can you break me off away from the core team to just let me focus on this? So in 2007, the company actually gave me 2 years to get this done. So at that time, I was the director of new technology. So what I understood from all of those 2 years was what were our capabilities and our expertise. So we were the world's largest metal belts manufacturer that we were already known for. We can design and manufacture different types of systems. We can work with any type of metal and alloy. We troubleshot all different types of issues from filtration to conveyor belting and any type of temperature process. We became the experts in biomass just because of all the strategic partnerships that I was able to create in those 2 years. Then I looked at other issues within that same market that we could take some of our existing products in. So I looked at ash handling, And then just from our experience in filtration with chemicals, beer, and wine, I actually looked at how I could take that technology and introduce it into the renewable energy sector. So throughout that, we actually ended up designing and patenting a particular control device, which is called an electrostatic precipitator. And this is really my baby. I actually designed this from a call that I got where a customer was calling me looking for copper wire cloth. And I'm like, what do you need this for? What do you want it for? And what he told me is he was trying to create a two-stage electrostatic precipitator. And what happens in there is the dirty air from like the combustion of coal goes through this big system, the particulates gets charged and they attach to a plate, so it doesn't allow all the dirty air to come out. Well, there was a lot of issues with high resistivity, the system wasn't working right, boiler mac was on the horizon. So I actually ended up working with one of our engineers to design a system that was self-cleaning that would address all of those issues. And current boiler mac standards, they have a rule where they have to capture particulates a size of 2.5. Our system actually captures 2.0 at 99.7% efficiency, which makes ours the cleanest system right now on the planet. So through that, I looked at, okay, manufacturing optimization. Through what I've learned, what else could I do right now to take our existing core competencies and capabilities into new areas, into renewables? So we started to offer custom engineered solutions. So now I wasn't only just supplying belts to the gasification industry, we're now building gasifiers through the partnerships. We're doing dryers for pre-treatment of wood for gasification. And again, now we're building gasification combustion systems. And we're building these through strategic partnerships with a lot of startup companies here. A lot of the companies that you see starting up in renewables are engineering firms. They don't have manufacturing capabilities, so they're always looking for partnerships. Partnerships, partnerships, partnerships. So again, here was the list of competencies and capabilities that I identified. Custom engineering solutions, project development management, material handling, particulate pollution control, filtration systems, renewable energy from challenging feedstocks, and we're an American manufacturer company. So these are our plant locations right here. And actually, I listed our competitors on here because we have a very good relationship with our competitors. And we know everything they do every second of the day. We have more patents than all of our competitors combined, and we have more engineers under one roof in Cambridge, Maryland than all of our competitors combined. So this is our approach, who we are and how we work. You know, who we are, we're very, very focused on engineering, offering solutions. And how we work is just focusing specifically on that client. We want to design something new for that client, even if it's an existing product. We want to make sure that it fits that client's need because we want them to be a lifetime customer. So working with MIPS, this is where all of my own work came in 2007. When I asked the company to give me the permission to do what I needed to do, was a busy 2 years for me. So I really had to understand the value chain and what the strategic development would be for us. So I was focused on the customer, the technical solutions, and understanding all of the market segments, because again, it can't be one product. It just can't be one product. You'll never be successful. Usually you won't be successful. Customer needs and benefits in the user chain. I actually traveled all over the U.S. I went to Brazil, went to China, Japan, and over to Europe to really understand what was the global need for this product. Defining and evaluating the selected markets. What's the global market? What's the size in units and money? What do we currently share in those markets today? Can I match those with identified needs and trends? What is the annual growth for that market for the past 3 years? Does it fit with what we're doing? And what's going to happen 3 to 5 years from now? How can I get the company to invest in this? What's going to, help us to make money?
Dan, for those that aren't familiar, could you explain what MIPS means? Working with MIPS?
Well, yeah, so when we got the opportunity to go into renewables in 2007, we're a 100-year-old manufacturing company. Everybody thought of us as a conveyor belts company. We've never had to work with a legal entity. We never had to worry about regulations or pollution control. We actually just kind of did what we wanted because we had our own checkbook. Well, before we got into this market with particular gasification, we really wanted to understand what's the true opportunity here. So that's when I met with Bill a while ago to really talk about, you know, how big of an opportunity is this? How big of an issue is this? You know, what do we need to retool? What do we need to do to get on board with this? So actually, all of these things actually came from my meeting with MIPS.
And MIPS is the Maryland Industrial Partnership.
That's it.
That's it, yes.
And it's part of the University of Maryland and MTech, right?
It's a sister program.
So another thing that I really had to identify was identify the causes and effects. What are the political causes, technology causes, societal causes, and economical causes? And this was a very interesting process for me, which actually led to my current title, which is Director of Governmental Affairs. One of the major motivators in this was actually political issues. There were technology causes, societal issues that I ran into with a lot of projects was not my backyard. So I was actually a lot of times the front man that was actually going to the community meetings to really sell these projects to the community, because I'm a local from the community, before the technology developer would even come down here from Georgia, where they were from. So this would actually help me create my business case to see if we wanted to get involved with a particular project, and also if we wanted to move forward within the markets we were looking at. So working with MIPS, I was able to develop a strategy for each market. So identifying industry experts, that was so critical, because again, we're a 100-year-old manufacturing company known for making belts where you bake goods on. Who wants to buy from us now in renewable energy? We just popped up in 2009. And it was very critical for us to make sure that we kept the entity different, because our Cambridge belting manufacturing business, our architectural mesh manufacturing business had different types of, the profit margins are a lot different because of the customer and clientele that we service. So I really wanted to make sure that I went through this so I could define and create my own margins, because this would break through technology into new markets. So I really wanted to make sure we kept the relationship of all three of those divisions separate, so people wouldn't try to price points. So then I went through the discovery probe with the customers after the interviews. How does it work? What works well? What are your problems, and rank them? Your workarounds, time and cost, usage and limitations, future changes, and what, in a perfect world, what would work for you, kind of thing. So from that, I developed a business case, try to understand how I could increase capacity, improve quality, reduction in materials and costs, and focus on safety and regulations. And then from there, I actually broke everything down into 4 different categories. What must you have to be successful? What are you looking for? What's going to keep your doors open? What are the performance needs? What excites you? And what's different about some of the things that we're providing? So this really helped me define our next steps. So from all of that, it's about 22 months, I actually got the approval to launch Cambridge Environmental Technologies in 2009. So out of all of that research and really understanding what value we could add to the marketplace, we started with the electrostatic precipitator and just supplying belts to the gasification industry. The markets that we are in now are power, renewable energy, biofuels, manufacturing, coating, wood processing, pulp and paper, agricultural, and waste management. Our capabilities are gasification, pollution control, ash handling, and so on and so forth. This is the list of products that I was actually able to work with our engineers to develop in this market from one idea with an electrostatic precipitator. So that, I feel like everything that they said earlier today, I feel good about it because I applied it, and this is what we had. So it's just been an amazing, amazing experience to see an idea come to life. And right now, and I honestly feel like this is just the beginning. My job right now, starting next year, would be what's after this. What's after renewables? What's after electrostatic precipitator? What else is out there for us right now? So I'm actually designing some new filtration technology for hot gas, and I'm also looking at to try to change the rules a little bit in beer filtration and wine filtration. So those are going to be 2 hot projects on all this next year. And this is the summary. Who we are. We've been here for 100 years, and I think we'll be here for 100 more.